What if I told you that right there in your own kitchen, there's a poison you probably consume every day, thinking it's harmless, something that drop by drop, day after day, is silently damaging two of the hardest working organs in your body? I'm Barbara O'Neill, a nephrologist, and for years I've been seeing the devastating consequences of this poison on my patients' kidneys, especially in adults who come to me when unfortunately the damage is already severe. Today I'm going to break the silence, but I won't speak in medical jargon that nobody understands. I'm going to speak plainly, as if you were sitting right here in front of me. I'm going to reveal the worst poison that is quietly attacking your kidneys without you even realizing it. And the most alarming part, you most likely consumed it this very morning. Stay with me to discover it, to understand its destructive power, and most importantly, to learn how to protect yourself before it's too late. Welcome, and thank you for taking a few minutes for the most valuable thing we have, our health. As a kidney specialist, my mission is not just to treat illness, it's to prevent it. And believe me, one of the hardest things about my job is seeing wonderful, vibrant people suffer from kidney damage that could have been avoided. The problem with kidneys is that they are masters of silence. They are the unsung heroes of the body. Imagine having the most advanced water purifying system in the world running 24/7 without rest. That's your kidneys. They filter all your blood, removing toxins, waste and excess fluids you don't need. But that's not all. They also regulate blood pressure, help produce red blood cells so you don't get anemic, and keep your bones strong. They are the foundation for everything else in your body to function. But what happens when this system starts to fail? There's no alarm, no sharp pain warning you. Chronic kidney disease is a thief. It creeps in slowly over years, and by the time clear symptoms appear, swollen ankles, exhaustion that nothing seems to fix, cramps, the damage can be severe, sometimes irreversible. I've seen so many older adults arrive at my office scared, confused, facing dialysis or even a transplant, and the question that always lingers is, "Doctor, how didn't I notice?" The answer is painful because no one warned them clearly enough about the everyday poisons quietly sabotaging their health. That's why I'm here to give you the power of information. Today, I want to give you that power. We're going to unmask several of these hidden enemies. I've listed them from the most common to what I consider the worst of all. So stay with me. What you're about to learn could literally change the course of your life. Before we start the list, it's crucial to understand why as we age, we become more vulnerable to these poisons. Age simply changes the rules of the game. Just as we lose some vision or get grey hairs, the kidneys also age. Their filtering capacity, what we call the glomerular filtration rate, slowly declines with each passing decade. Think of it like the engine of a high-mileage car. It still runs, of course, but it no longer has the strength it did when it was new. Now imagine giving that veteran engine poor quality fuel and forcing it to climb steep hills every day. What do you think will happen? Exactly. It will break down far sooner. That's exactly what many of us unknowingly do to our kidneys over 50, 60 or 70 years. We've exposed them to things that in our youth seemed harmless, but leave tiny scars that accumulate. It's this cumulative effect that can eventually lead to kidney failure. Moreover, with age, it's easier for hypertension and type 2 diabetes to appear. And I want to be very clear here. These two conditions are the main causes of chronic kidney disease worldwide. They are like hammers striking the delicate structure of your kidneys without pause. That's why anything that contributes to or worsens diabetes and hypertension is a direct attack on your kidney health. Today we're going to put names and faces to these attackers. To make it clear, I've prepared a list of 4 of these poisons. We'll start with one that you neither eat nor drink, yet is equally harmful. And from there we'll move to number 1, the one that is without a doubt the most dangerous, addictive and widespread of them all, the real wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's begin. Poison number 4, sedentary behavior, stagnant water that suffocates your kidneys. The first poison on our list, number 4, might surprise you because it's not something you eat or drink. It's something you don't do. I'm talking about being sedentary, the lack of movement, spending hours and hours sitting, whether it's watching TV or sitting in front of a screen. You might ask, but doctor, what does sitting have to do with my kidneys? The answer is everything. Your kidneys rely on a strong, healthy blood flow to do their job. Imagine a powerful flowing river. The water rushes with force, carrying everything along and staying clean. Now imagine a stagnant puddle. Mud accumulates, everything rots, and the water becomes toxic. Your circulatory system is that river. When you move, when you walk, your heart pumps harder, and blood flows vigorously through your entire body, reaching the millions of filters in your kidneys. This blood flow gives them the power to cleanse your body optimally. But when you sit for hours, everything slows down. The blood flow becomes lazy, like water in a puddle. And this is the perfect gateway for the worst enemies of your kidneys: obesity, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. When you don't move, your body struggles to use blood sugar properly, which leads to insulin resistance and eventually diabetes. Inactivity also causes weight gain, forcing your heart to work harder and raising blood pressure. Every extra kilo is an additional burden on your kidneys. The solution: movement. Don't panic. You don't have to become an Olympic athlete tomorrow. The solution is much simpler and within everyone's reach. Break long periods of sitting. If you spend a lot of time seated, the first step is just to stand up. Set an alarm on your phone every hour to remind you. Get up, walk around the house, grab a glass of water, stretch your arms. That simple act already reactivates circulation. The next step is incorporating a daily walk. It doesn't have to be a marathon. Start with 10 minutes around the block, then 15 minutes next week. The key is consistency, not intensity. Walking is one of the best exercises there is. It's good for the heart, controls blood sugar, strengthens bones, and of course sends healthy blood flow to your kidneys. If you have mobility issues, there are fantastic chair exercises you can do. Moving your arms, lifting your legs, rotating your ankles, every little bit helps. The motto is, any movement is better than no movement. Remember the river analogy. Every step you take is a wave of clean water for your kidneys. Poison number 3, the deception of harmless painkillers. Now we come to poison number 3. This one hides in plain sight in nearly every home medicine cabinet. It's that pill you take without thinking for a headache, back pain, or arthritis. I'm talking about non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or NSAIDs. Names like ibuprofen, naproxen, or diclofenac are familiar to all of us. Millions of people use them thinking that because they're over the counter, they're harmless. And there lies the great deception. While these drugs are very effective for pain, chronic frequent use or high doses can be lethal for the kidneys, especially in older adults. Here's a simple explanation. To get a strong blood flow to your kidneys, your body uses substances called prostaglandins, which keep the tiny renal arteries open. The problem is that NSAIDs block precisely those prostaglandins to reduce pain in the body, but they don't discriminate. They also block the ones that protect your kidneys. The result, the arteries in your kidneys constrict and close, and the blood and oxygen reaching them are drastically reduced. It's like stepping on the hose that waters a plant. The water doesn't reach it, and the plant starts to wither. The same thing happens to the kidneys, but the real danger is the silent damage. Taking these pills every day for chronic pain like arthritis is like stepping on and releasing the hose daily. Over time, the kidney filters get damaged, scar, and stop functioning. It's a slow process that gives no symptoms until it's too late. The solution: respect both pain and the pill. So what do? Ignore the pain? Of course not. Quality of life comes first. The solution is to be smart and, above all, talk to a professional. First and foremost, never self-medicate with NSAIDs chronically. If pain lasts more than a few days, the solution isn't to keep taking pills. It's to see a doctor and find out why. The goal isn't to silence the alarm, but to locate the fire. Second, be honest with your doctor about everything you take, including vitamins, herbal remedies, and over-the-counter medications. Many cold or sleep remedies contain NSAIDs hidden inside. Third, there are alternatives for occasional pain. Paracetamol, acetaminophen is usually safer for the kidneys when taken in correct doses. Explore non-pill options as well. Physical therapy, heat, cold or stretching can work wonders and reduce your reliance on painkillers. The golden rule: NSAIDs are powerful medications. Using them without care can be deadly for your kidneys. Using them occasionally is fine, but depending on them daily without medical supervision is like playing Russian roulette with your kidneys. Poison number 2, salt, the invisible enemy in your food. Now we move on to poison number 2, which is perhaps the most underestimated of all. It's in every kitchen in the world. I'm talking about salt, or more precisely sodium. Many people tell me, "But doctor, I barely use the salt shaker." That's the big misunderstanding. The problem isn't the salt you add, it's the huge amount of hidden sodium in processed foods. It's estimated that over 75% of the sodium we consume comes from packaged foods, not from the salt shaker. It's in bread, deli meats, cheeses, canned soups, sauces, frozen meals, almost anything that comes in a package. The industry uses it to make products last longer and taste better. It's an invisible aggressor. Why is it so harmful? Your body needs a little sodium to function, but when we flood it, the balance breaks. To dilute all that sodium, the body retains fluids, makes you thirsty, and orders the kidneys not to release a drop of water. The result: blood volume in your arteries rises, and the pressure inside shoots up. That, in plain terms, is high blood pressure. High blood pressure is the second leading cause of kidney failure. Your kidney filters are a delicate network of tiny vessels. Imagine trying to clean a silk fabric with a fire hose at full pressure. You'd destroy it. That's exactly what hypertension does to your kidneys day after day. It damages them, scars them, and destroys them in a vicious cycle. The solution? Become a label detective. Protecting yourself from this poison requires a mindset shift. It's not about eating bland food, it's about eating smart. The most powerful tool you have is learning to read labels. Turn the package over and look for the word sodium. You'll be shocked at the amount of sodium in foods that don't even taste salty, like some cereals or cookies. The recommendation is not to exceed 2,300 mg per day. If you already have high blood pressure, aim for 2,500 mg. Second strategy: cook more at home where you have complete control. Third, rediscover natural flavors. Nature has given us an arsenal of herbs and spices to transform any dish. Garlic, onion, pepper, oregano, rosemary, turmeric, cumin, paprika, lemon and vinegar are also fantastic for adding flavor without a pinch of sodium. One last trick: if you buy canned vegetables, rinse them thoroughly under the tap. That simple step removes a large portion of the added sodium. Within weeks, your taste buds will reset and you'll begin to notice the real flavors of food. It's liberating. The worst poison: sugar and refined flour, the deadly sweet duo. And now we come to the final one. We've talked about sedentary behavior, painkillers, and salt, all formidable enemies. But now I present to you what I consider poison number 1, the undisputed champion of silent destruction, the most addictive, the most present in our diet, and the one that causes the most devastating damage. This poison isn't some rare chemical. It's something we associate with parties, rewards, and affection. I'm talking about sugar and its inseparable partner, refined flour. Yes, that sweet white powder, the desserts, soft drinks, and also white bread, pasta, and cookies. In my experience, this duo is the main reason why diabetes is the #1 cause of kidney failure worldwide. It's a pattern I unfortunately see repeated over and over in my practice until patients end up on dialysis. Why am I so blunt about this? Because sugar and refined flour, which your body almost instantly converts to sugar, don't just launch a single attack. They launch a massive coordinated assault from multiple fronts. Attack front 1, the direct highway to diabetes. The number one cause of kidney failure is diabetes, and excessive consumption of sugars and refined flours is the main culprit behind type 2 diabetes. When you eat them, they trigger a tsunami of glucose in your blood. The pancreas goes into overdrive, releasing insulin to control it. If this happens every day, the cells start ignoring the insulin and the sugar stays in the blood. That's how type 2 diabetes is born. Once blood sugar is chronically high, the damage to the kidneys is brutal. Sugar literally caramelizes the kidney filters, making them stiff and destroying them. This is called diabetic neuropathy, the fastest path to dialysis. Attack front 2, hypertension. We used to think salt was the main culprit, but today we know that sugar is just as bad or worse for blood pressure. A diet high in sugar raises blood pressure. So even if you control your salt intake, sugar will continue to strike your kidneys. Attack front 3, silent inflammation. Sugar is fire for your body. It causes low-grade chronic inflammation that damages the interior of all your arteries, including the tiny ones in your kidneys. Attack front 4, obesity and fatty liver. Excess sugar that isn't burned turns into fat. This fat accumulates, leading to obesity, another risk factor for kidney disease, and deposits in the liver, causing fatty liver, a condition that disrupts your metabolism and harms your kidneys. As you can see, it's a total assault, which is why I call it poison number 1. The solution: take back control. The good news is we can fight back against this enemy. Knowledge is key. First, understand that sugar goes by many names. High fructose corn syrup, dextrose, sucrose, maltose, they're all disguises for the same poison. Second, eliminate the most obvious sources. Sugary drinks, sodas, industrial juices, sweetened teas. They're liquid sugar. A single can can contain more than 10 teaspoons of sugar. Just replace them with water, sparkling water with lemon or herbal infusions. This is perhaps the most powerful change you can make. Third, beware of low-fat products. Often the fat is removed and replaced with sugar to make them taste good. Always choose natural versions. For example, plain yogurt instead of fruit-flavored yogurt, and add fresh fruit yourself. Fourth, swap white flour for whole grains, real whole grain bread, brown rice, rolled oats. The fiber slows sugar absorption and encourages you to embrace real food, fruits, vegetables, legumes, meat, fish, eggs, nuts. When your diet is based on whole foods, sugar and refined flours almost magically disappear. Breaking the chains of sugar is the most powerful act of defense for your kidneys. We've covered an important journey today. We've unmasked 4 silent poisons that threaten your kidneys. 4, sedentary behavior that stagnates your circulation. 3, painkillers and NSAIDs that can strangle your kidneys. 2, hidden salt that spikes your blood pressure. 1, sugar and refined flours launching a full-scale attack on your body. You might feel a little overwhelmed right now, but my goal isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. The truth, even when it hurts, is the only thing that allows us to make better decisions. Kidney disease doesn't have to be your destiny. Each of these poisons is within your control. You decide whether to get up from the chair, you decide whether to see a doctor, you decide whether to read the label, you decide whether to choose water instead of soda. It's not about changing everything overnight, it's about taking one small step today and another tomorrow. Every small change is a victory. Every home-cooked meal, every walk is another brick in the wall protecting your kidneys. You have the power to change your health story. If this video has opened your eyes or made you think, I ask you to do something very important. Share it, send it to your children, your partner, a friend. Life-saving information must circulate. And if you want to keep receiving clear, practical advice to protect your health, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Now I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me what surprised you the most about everything we've discussed. Is there something you didn't know before that you plan to change now? I will read your comments to keep helping this community. Thank you for accompanying me. Thank you for dedicating this time to the most important thing, your health. Remember, Your kidneys work tirelessly for you every second. Return the favor with conscious choices. I'm Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and I sincerely wish you a long, healthy, and energetic life. Take care of your kidneys. Take care of your life. See you in the next one.